Hey guys, it's J19, brought to you another video, and today we're going to discuss a little bit about Final Fantasy 16 demo, my overall impressions of it. What was my hype going forward for Final Fantasy 16? And we're also going to talk about a little bit about Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and what it means for Square Enix going forward for us as Final Fantasy fans. So with that said, let's get right into it. We'll start with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, right? The trailer dropped, and it's just like we all knew it was coming. We all like watched it. We all reacted to it. We all had it settled in. And let's face it, that trailer is exactly what we needed. Like that trailer blew our freaking minds. It blew my mind. It made me just flip, flip my lid, lose my mind. You guys know that. If you guys haven't seen it yet, feel free to watch my reaction. I just went nuts because it showed off a lot of stuff. And it's just like my hype for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is way off charts. It's like I'm waiting for the next trailer. I'm waiting for pre-orders to go live because I wanna get the game out. If it drops near my birthday, I am just like gonna lose myself. And it's like, especially the release theory, not release theories, but the leaks and the rumors, the wording that's going around between the different insiders and stuff. It's dropping around January, February. Looks like it's more like January. If that does, it's right around my birthday. And I want to get the collector's edition. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here to myself. I'm like, holy crap, man. Like, what a time to be a Final Fantasy. Not just a Final Fantasy 7 fan, but a Final Fantasy fan in general. Because Square Enix has been killing it. You know, we got the marketing for Final Fantasy 16 going on. The demo just dropped like 2 days ago now. Like, it just seems like it doesn't seem, was it yesterday? I don't even remember. I don't even remember when the demo dropped. It was on the 12th, right? Yeah, 12th. Today's 13th. So yesterday about 4 a.m. my time, but I wasn't, of course, wasn't up. But man, just like, we had Final Fantasy 7 Remake, we had Final Fantasy 16 stuff, demo, previews, all that stuff come out the last few months. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is back. Let's get an early 2024 release. So I'm like, I'm just sitting here going, what a time to be a Final Fantasy fan. Like, it feels like the 90s again. Like, we got the rumors of like Final Fantasy 9 remake, leaks going around. We got the Final Fantasy 10 remake going around. We got Final Fantasy 10 3 potentially being in the works for after the Final Fantasy 7 R trilogy is done. Like, we got part 3 of that coming. We got a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, and we even got Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered that's supposed to be like apparently in the works. That's been leaked by GeForce like a couple years ago. So it's like we got a lot of Final Fantasy content coming. So like, what a time to be a Final Fantasy fan. I would love to hear what you guys think of all this Final Fantasy stuff we've been getting, and we potentially could get. I'm just like super hyped for some Rebirth, the rest of the trilogy, Final Fantasy 16. If the 9 remake is true and it looks just as good as that fan made project is, or even just like 70% of that, I'd probably get it. I do own Final Fantasy 9 to remaster, but I'm not a big Final Fantasy 9 guy. Never have been. Like, I understand why people love the character so much in the story, but just like something about it just don't sit with me. But probably because I'm ready for like another like a remake of it. Since the remake's been getting leaked and stuff, I want to get like the remake of 9 and actually jump right in and play it. But Final Fantasy 16. Let's talk about that demo real quick for the next 5 minutes or so. Overall, of course, I didn't really have like a major reaction. Like, I didn't like lose my mind like the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth trailer, because at the time Rebirth trailer was like, yes, they're teasing us for 7 days, and like the PR guys with a lot of eyeballs and stuff like that is like, are you guys satisfied now? Like, we don't know what's Square, right? We don't really know. Like, this demo for the longest time, even on Twitter, if you guys have followed me on Twitter, like, I was like getting to the point where I was like, is this demo ever gonna come out? Like, are we ever gonna see it? Are we ever gonna be able to play it? Because we're like 10 days away on the day of this demo dropping, or the day before. Like, we're like 10 days away, 10, 11 days away for this thing, for the game to come out. And Yoshi P's like, yeah, it's coming out like a couple weeks before launch. I'm like, hey, clock's ticking. We're almost down to single figures. So it's like single digits for countdown. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm hyped for 16, But with 7 Rebirths like taking centerfold for like the Summer Games Fest, I didn't know what to expect. And let's be honest, my hype for Final Fantasy 16 was starting to diminish a little bit. So about this demo, yes, I knew some leaks, I knew some like story beats I wish I never knew. So that like twist at the end didn't really like like made me just like get shocked. But the way they handled it, the way they showed it, the way they showed off the demo from beginning to end for 2 hours, I'm like, if this is the first 2 hours of the game, like, what's the rest of the game gonna be? Like, it blew my mind. I'm sitting here going, all the worries I have with the combat, all the worries about how the characters are gonna interact with each other, how authentic it's gonna feel, like how like realistic it's gonna feel. Like, are they gonna feel realistically human, or are they gonna be like anime robots? And I'm gonna tell you what, the characterization in this game with the dialogue between between the characters are like just top notch. Like Koji Fox and his team, like that worked on the localization for this, and like the voice acting crew. Like shout out to Ben Starr and all his voice acting um cast that's out there too. Like you guys just nailed it. You guys nailed the roles, and for the first 2 hours, I'm like, this is a Final Fantasy game with like excellent writing, excellent characters. Like the story is like super good. The demo blew me away. The demo blew me away. I'm like thinking to myself like, wait, what? That's how it ends? Like I want more. Now I know there's an iconic challenge, and I could play that as Clive a little bit older, like in his 20s. It's the same, pretty much the same thing you played. A lot of people played at the February previews, and also again like and back in May. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I love the combat. The combat's super smooth. It's sick. Like I got used to like the dodging and stuff. And I love this fight right here. This fight taught me a few things, and just like, yeah, you don't have a whole lot of like iconic abilities. You don't have a whole lot of other, you only got a certain combo attacks, right? So like, I'm getting to myself as like, yeah, this game is definitely setting you up. So like, yeah, this game's gonna be fantastic, and I can't wait. This game could be one of the best Final Fantasy games since Final Fantasy 7. Actually, Final Fantasy 10. 15 was fine. 13, I love 13. 13 is like the 5th best Final Fantasy game of all time for me. Final Fantasy 12 was 4th, and like Final Fantasy 7 is like the top Final Fantasy game for me. I still got to play the other ones, like 1 through 6. I still got to finish up 9, but I'm getting to the point now. I'm like, yeah, this could contend with being one of the best Final Fantasy games ever if it holds up. As long as the writing, the pacing, the characters, the story, and the combat just keeps getting better and better, and like it just never gets boring, and the exploration is really fun. Sign me up. This demo answered all my worries. I was worried about the combat, whether or not I was gonna like it, how I was gonna play, how I was gonna feel. I loved it. I loved it. Like, it blew me away. I cannot wait. And freaking Torgal, the little puppy, they done things to Torgal in the first 2 hours of the game. It just, every time he was on the screen, Torgal just like, it melted my heart. And I was like constantly going, "Aw, poor Torgal. Like, he's so cute. I want to hold him, want to pet him." It's like, why is he so cute? Like, Torgal, it's just like, every time he's doing it, it's like, Torgal, get back here. It's like, he stole my heart, and I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. This game is gonna be something special because I was looking on Twitter, just seeing everybody's like reaction, especially those that never been like Final Fantasy, like the big time PlayStation fans, and like even some like PC gamers and stuff like that. They play 16's demo. It's like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, is this how this game's gonna be? Like, I'm pre-ordering this game right now. Like this game blew my freaking mind. It is heavily inspired by Game of Thrones, like the first 4 seasons. And everybody lost their nuggets. Like, does the demo have some issues? Yeah, it's got some little bit of performance issue, but I thought maybe this was gonna be like the final build. It's so close to launch. No, this build of the game is actually it's an older build than the one we saw at State of Play. So like, keep that in mind. They had since April to work on like finishing up the optimization and stuff like that, right? Like, I'm sure the final build is gonna be a lot smoother. I didn't really have a whole lot of issues. Like, I saw a little minor dips here and there, but this game played overall great. I can't wait for more. What a time to be a Final Fantasy fan. I had to get this video out here and talk about a little bit about the demo. I'm not gonna spoil like the story. Feel free to watch like my playthrough, even though it's like really rough right now. You can tell, but like, go on and play the demo. If you're really serious about trying out Final Fantasy 16, you're really curious about it, or even haven't played a Final Fantasy game, you got a PS5, I highly recommend you guys to play Final Fantasy 16. Play the demo. If you still don't like the game after the demo's over with, hey, at least you tried it, right? You can go on Twitter, go on your social medias, or you can talk to your buddies, say, hey, look, I played a demo, wasn't a big fan, but it might be a game for you. Give it a try. It's free to download. It's about 19 gigabytes big. And it gives you a taste of story. It gives you a lot of taste of the story, like the first 2 hours. It gives you a taste of combat. It gives you a taste of the music. It gives you a taste of the characters, the exploration a little bit. So I highly recommend you guys checking that out. We are beyond blessed with Final Fantasy games in the next few years, and starting this year, and starting early next yew And if that Final Fantasy IX remake, like I said earlier, is true, it's coming like within the next couple of years. We got maybe potentially Final Fantasy X remake in like the next 3 or 4 years after that. Like, it's nuts, guys. What a time to be a Final Fantasy fan. What a time. So what I said, let me know what you guys think of the Final Fantasy 16 demo. Have you guys played it? What do you guys think of the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth trailer? You guys checked that out? Are you guys hyped for both? Are you guys getting Final Fantasy 16 at launch? Are you guys still debating? Are you guys just saying, demo's not my thing? I would love to hear what your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you guys would, feel free to like, subscribe if you guys want more Final Fantasy news, updates, discussions, reactions, streams. Well, not streams, but like coverage, playthroughs of Final Fantasy. Feel free to like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification, share with a friend. Let people know that, hey, check out J19's video. I appreciate you guys' time. We're almost at 240 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. I love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be safe out there. Be nice to each other. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. And remember, enjoy some awesome Final Fantasy games. We got, 9 more days until Final Fantasy 16 drops. I cannot wait. So what I said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.